Doing mic check. Mic check. Mic check. 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 Mic check. Mic check. 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 What do we gotta do? Piazza's live. See if we're talking. Mm-hmm. Check. 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 That sounds like an intelligent person. It's a real Rhodes Scholar right there, everybody. All right. You're just joining us. There's no viewers yet. Oh, here we go. I see one. Oh. Isabel Gutierrez against Mandi. Mandi, yep. Mandi. Ritthaler? Yeah, Ritthaler. Ritthaler. Our very own Mandi. Our very own Mandi. She works over here at Piazza's. We could be a little written for our own, but Isabel also is one of our favorites.
Plain or flip, or do we have to?
You have a choice. Hey, say your last name for the folks at home. That's what we said. I said Ritthaler, and that person that was watching, you're wrong. We're right. It's Ritthaler. Hey, let us know if you can hear us out there. The one viewer that's watching, I think that's you. I think it's Krishna, actually. I didn't get on yet, dude. All right. It's going to be a hell of a match. Take it over, Scoot. Take it from here. Here we go. Here comes the flip. It looks like Mandi's taking the cue ball. Race 8, win by 2. You know how much money the total prize? Hey, Eddie. Do we need to talk louder, or is it? I don't know. We need to turn up the. Eddie, can you hear us? I can hear you, but it's low. So that would happen last night. It's more of the volume of our voice, actually.
Oh, it's like a threshold kind of
talk louder, yeah. Okay. Christine Seeley, what's up?
Yes.
Winter breaks. What's up? How's Florida? I saw that crazy tornado that was close to your house. Oh my gosh. Scary stuff. We miss you guys, you and the hubby. Hope you guys are doing well down there. Here we go. Viewership's going up. Yo. Mandi versus Isabel. Single elimination. Race to 8, win by 2.
Mandi's got the first break. Got the rack down.
Vegas just sent the line out. It is plus 380 for a break and run on the first game. So put your money down. 100 gets you back 380. If you play for the break and run. If she doesn't break and run, just send the 100 via Venmo to Piazza's. Just kidding, of course. Here we go. Let's go, Mandi. Big long bridge. Decent break. Ball down. And it is open table, BCA rules. That's good.
That's good.
Good to hear. Good to hear, Christine. All right.
Strike goes down.
What do you think? We got 13 and 7 tied up. The 9 and 11 are a little funky. Oh, here we go. Possible commentator, Tim Fisk.
Very knowledgeable.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Tim Fisk coming in. His expertise and knowledge.
Glad you get the driver's seat there, buddy. That's how VIP you are. Get in there.
All right. Food and drinks all day on us, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. So, how long ago did we start?
Just started. Yeah. It's, Mandi must have shot. I didn't see it. I was distracted. Mandi just broke. Made a stripe. Had an opening shot. Isabel shooting now.
think I actually do like stripes a little bit better. Not sure why. So this part of the rack, I'm kind of just playing strategy. I don't really have an out yet, so
That's their kind of deal, man. Jostling the balls here a little bit.
this is a match that I was not comfortable betting on. Every single time I would bet on a match, I'm like,
No.
I'm usually wrong.
It's a good. Oh, I'm gonna step out here and eat my breakfast. I'm gonna stay right there though. So if you need me, knock on the window.
Nice shot by Isabel. Didn't get too much of a lead. I think maybe she sees that 12 ball, is it? Well, maybe get to the bottom side, 14. It's a nice shot. She's got to start thinking about this 13 ball. Or break it out with the 9 ball or the 10 ball. All right, well, that was a good miss.
What's up, Sam?
I don't hope. Which one here do you like?
Is she solid?
Well, I meant like, who do you think has a better chance to win? Oh, that's pretty close, right?
Yeah, this is going to be a good match. This is going to be a really good match.
I've seen Mandi shoot
I've
at least
her
3 or 4
shoot-
times. She's a really good shot.
Yeah, she is.
I think she plays above a 470. So does Isabel.
Yeah, they're both super strong. When I play Isabel and Napa, I cringe at my race with her. She's so good.
I played her a few times. She's got me an 8 ball once. I think I usually get laggers, but
What's your race with her?
in either one, I think it's I spot her 2, 3 games. That was a while ago, so I can't really tell now.
I have to spot her 6 games.
Okay. Yeah, well, it's probably I probably have to spot her like 4 or 5 then.
Well, when I was really high ranked, that was so. That was a good breakup.
Every single one of the balls has a pocket now. So we could take this 6
I
and try
would
and
be-
bump that 4.
Yeah,
She get something.
I would be cutting the 6.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much all she has.
Well, I mean, she could cut the 3 all the way down, but with these pockets,
Cue ball's going too far,
she opted for the save.
and that's fine. Unless
The problem
I mean,
is
well, the
she-
10 ball
she
doesn't have a
can
pocket
just-
yet, so I like the odds of Mandy getting back to the table.
No, the 10 ball has a pocket. The 10 ball has a pocket right here.
It's true.
Where's the? Do you know how to get back to the? See? And then she has a 13.
15
alongside of that 9.
Well, 14 is such a given. As long as she makes this 9 ball, she'll be good.
I think the 14 still goes.
Right now, it's
Maybe.
it's hard to tell on stream sometimes.
Oh.
Quite.
All right. Everything is open. Four is real close, going by that 6. So I would definitely take the 6 here.
I might even think about getting onto the 7 right now.
Right.
6, 7, and then 1, 3, 4, or 1, 4, 3. Okay, she's on 3. Has to take the 1 next.
Not necessarily. I would draw this just like that, but if she would have made that, then she would have had the proper angle with the 1 to get back on the 7.
Yeah, I guess it's just preference.
Well, the reason why I wouldn't want to take the 1 next is because then you're playing back and forth with the 4 and the 7. She's sitting pretty nice here, though. She just needs to hit this thin, let it come up the back rail, and then have the 8.
Oh. I think she's barely hooked.
See, that's the
Oh, actually, she might be able to see a piece of it
yeah.
on this side, but can't make it at least easily.
And see, that's how I would first think is playing the 8 in the side, but the safer shot is to play it how she shot it. She just hits it a little harder, and it's coming off the back rail, back up, and then she take the 8 corner
Right.
in the opposite corner.
Alright, so now she's in the predicament that you were talking about, not liking.
Yeah.
7 and 4 on opposite side of the table.
Yep.
I think this is a warm-up rack for both of them, so they both shoot a little better than this. Are we doing a win by 2 format?
That I don't know. Oh, she played it in the corner. I would have played that in the side. Said the voices are going in and out. See that in the
Here, I think I'm hitting the 7 ball for a defense, putting it a little bit down table and hooking her on the 8 ball.
Can you guys still not hear us very well? Yeah, so they can't hear. Let me see.
All right, first rack goes to Isabel. We're getting warmed up here. Should be a really good match. match going forward from here. Well, Kenneth, how are you?
Good. How you doing, Tim?
Not too bad. Breakfast of Champions.
Oh yeah.
So which one do you like here, Kenneth?
Between the two,
Yeah.
Tech guys here, but they're saying the sound is that they can't hear anything.
It's quiet, is what they're saying.
is it too quiet? Turn this up a little bit. Yeah, they might have turned it down a little bit.
Alright, how's it sound now, guys? William Helener's got 100 on Isabel.
Much better. All right. Good.
I hear Peaches has a stake in this match as well. Coffee, please?
Cream and sugar.
No, just black. Thank you.
I don't know who I got in this one. They both played extremely well.
They both play very well.
They're both competitors.
They both play well above their Fargo.
Sounds like the sound is much better, so that's good.
Alright, good to go.
Mandy's gonna
Mandy's
take
got
seven.
solids.
She takes.
She's taking solid.
This might be a harder run out. I think that 14, 15's wired. With the 9 sitting in the corner like that, that's blocking 3 balls, so she's gonna have to try to follow. Probably
Yeah,
not 4 in.
I'm gonna pocket this 9 ball with my 4 ball here. So I wouldn't want, yeah, I wouldn't, that's what I'm worried about with those kinds of shots. Chance of it getting weird.
Yeah, I liked taking the one in the side there. I think she played it right. Obviously, just missed. But Isabel's probably gonna play a little safety here. Just bump to 15.
Yep, not surprised.
If she can see the right side of this 1 ball, she might be able to pocket the 2, just a carom shot.
Yeah, it's hard to tell on the monitor.
But if not, then try to play a safety of some sort. I don't think that 1's going in. Thank you,
Almost.
Aaron. Forgot to update the score there. Thanks, Aaron. Try playing another safety. Kind of like taking the safety from the other side to play the 15. Try to leave the 11 there for the breakout on the, was that the 10? No, the 12 and 13 there.
Yeah, I think we're playing a lot of strategy here early in the rack,
Yeah.
like we're seeing here.
Just trying to move balls around, get them in a favorable position.
It's about when to pull the trigger on the rack. You know, if you calculate your percentages and get them out, that's when you there's a good chance you pull the trigger, get it done.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're kind of just playing chess, getting the balls out of your pocket, just like you said.
Well, Isabel doesn't want to knock too many soldiers off the field here because of the 12 and 13. Charlie leave something up for a breakout. Unless you just put Mandi in a position that she has to start taking out the 2 and the 1 there. She's gonna take care of it now.
Things are just weird enough so we don't really start have to worry yet. 3 doesn't have a pocket. 3 solves in front of that pocket with a 9-ball block. So
I almost like taking the 3-9 now. Because if you can follow that in, then
Is that your drink or something?
that's not mine.
That's okay.
I got coffee coming. Shot by Mandi.
still no easy pocket for the 13. Take the combo. 12 to 9 combo. Oh, she's going to go for the 13. Let's go by the 8. Playing it safe. I don't know. I'm an aggressive type of player, so I'm always looking at the outs, trying to figure out how to maneuver everything. And
Oh, sure. At the end of the day, you do what you can.
right,
If aggressive is your style, then you go for it. You have a defensive mindset. I remember Mandi saying that she needs to work on her defense. She says she's a little more of an aggressive player. So I think that's what she's doing now. She's trying to get into a defensive mindset to play the long game a little much.
trying to see if she got a good bump on it. Kind of blocked it out. Looks like she's gonna have to go rail first, maybe. Yep, rail first. Great shot.
Didn't get rewarded too much.
Your best bet's going to be to probably play off the 12, duck onto the 3 would be your best bet.
I think I'm just kicking at this 15.
Play it long ways.
Yeah.
Try to hold the cue ball on the 14 or just get kind of funky
I
down
don't
there.
think she can hit that 12. So yeah, looks like that's what she might be doing here. Just a little safety, yeah. Oh, yep, that was a good hit. It was a good hit. Okay. So now our 15 ball helps the 10 ball a little bit. Oh, I thought apparently that was a foul. I thought she got a rail after.
Yeah, it looked like she got a rail.
I'm pretty sure she did.
I don't know if be curious to see if Isabel called out the ball in him there. But it looked like she did a rail.
Judging by the look on her face, I think she did. She probably called it on herself. Yeah. Oh well.
Well, it's a good time to break out the 4. Take the 3, leave yourself an angle for the 4, and then you have the 1, 2, and 5 that all go.
Yeah. She gets this. Yep. Not too bad. Still get the out here. She can choose to go forward with this 1 ball and try and get out, or knock out the 2 or 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think in that position, I like taking the 6. You can actually roll forward into the 13 above the 4.
Yeah. From here, I mean, I think this 6 might be the last ball. It's hard to tell with the angles on this monitor, but
I think she might try to take the 2 all the way up.
6 or 2, 2, 5, 6 or 6, 4. Nice
Great
shot.
shot. Now she's got the angle on the 6 ball. Try to bump that 13 out of the way. You just don't want to draw it too much because you don't want to hook yourself on the 8. Take the 5 next if you can.
Yeah. There. Oh,
She's get in there.
thank you.
Just a bad roll.
Almost. I'm not sure if she called the pocket or not. Did you see?
It looked like she might have called the 5.
Corner.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought I saw
in
like
the bottom left corner or.
top left.
Oh,
I
really?
think she's trying to come off the rail and cut it. I think she just kind of called it, just maybe kind of had a hope.
Okay.
It was a very quick movement, so I'm not 100% sure. But so I'm kind of looking at the angle and 10 on the table. The 10 does go into the side.
Yes.
Uh,
Absolutely does.
So
So your
Probably
13
starting-
gets there pretty well.
yeah, so I'm probably starting with the 15, 14, 13. There, I mean, she still has the 8 ball's an issue still.
So we still have options here. Looks like she's taking the 15.
Just try to break it, bump it off the rail,
Yeah,
and
that's what I didn't want to do. with
Yeah.
the ball.
She might be able to make the 12 and actually break into the 8 ball. She could possibly take the 13 in the side work. Hang it up. Yeah, she's going to play safe.
Alright. Smart shot by Isabel.
it is off the 8. I just don't think it passes the 5 or
I'm noticing it is a little easier to see angles from this.
She tried to play it safe, try to hook it up on the 5. You know what, though? She didn't do too much damage there. I mean, that 8's still an issue. It only has maybe one home, but as well as to get on the side where the 5 is.
It pretty much has the bottom
I think it only has the
And
far
bottom
right side
bottom
pocket.
right corner.
Yeah, it only has the side pocket right now.
Yeah, I don't think she can see. I think the 4 is just enough in the way that it won't go in the top right corner.
And this is one of those shots you want to kind of put bottom right, bottom left on. Drag it over to the side rail, come back over for the 10.
Swinging.
Just like that, but Mandi does have the 5.
She's got a good angle in the 5.
She does. She can get the out if she's confident with it, or she just can do a safety.
Well, there's 2 ways to play it. You can try to.
Sorry.
You can see enough of the 5. You can use left English, kill the angle, and make the 4 on the side. It also help reduce the speed, or use a little bit of top right and bump into it, and hopefully get a good look on the 4 after that.
Inside to get on that side pocket would be pretty tough. Well,
It depends on how much of the 5 she can see.
just optimally.
She's going to play the combo.
She did good.
Nice shot.
She hit it good.
This is a 2 to 3 rail position for the 8 in the top left.
Oh, and she hangs it. Definitely be looking for another save. Just tap on the back side of that 5. Off the rail.
Yeah, I mean, it's got pretty good control here.
She's looking at behind the 4 and the 8. And I wouldn't even worry about that. I just barely tap the 5 ball, play the cue ball right behind it.
Yeah. way she's winding up, I'm not sure that's what she's doing.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. She's looking at trying to get to stay behind them. Oh.
That's what I figured she was trying. I mean,
Yeah. She went ahead. She was trying to go for it instead of playing.
I mean, she
playing
got
that
good
safe.
shape on the 4, so had it
yeah,
fell.
Yeah.
that was an amazing shot. If it fell.
So she's got to roll this in, come up, back up the table a little bit. She's got a good angle on the
Very,
8.
very thin. She's playing-
You
she's
could go
playing it.
rail first, but not necessary.
See, she-
oh,
yeah, she- Not where she wanted it, she said. Yeah, because you barely thin cut that and let the ball come back down.
Put some inside on it.
I would not even anything. Very, very, very thin cut into that corner, and you come straight back down into the side pocket. As long as you don't overhit it.
thin cuts on a duck bring back memories.
yeah.
Overrunning the cue ball. Oh, that was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're just running away with it at the same exact time that was happening.
Might be trying. She might be able to see enough of it to go cross corner. I actually like coming from the back side and trying to kick into that side pocket.
I kind of like that too.
Yeah, I think that's what she's gonna do. She changed her mind. Nope. Airmail.
I think she put some English on
Yeah.
on accident.
So I like seeing Mandi take the 4 on the side or the corner, and then you get the 5. Side pocket would be a whole lot more easier.
There's a number of ways you can get this out. It's kind of
Yeah.
just preference. But that I don't want to do.
No,
I
but
want to
I've
get some.
done it. Yeah.
Put the cue ball onto the rail. See a little more freedom.
You can play the stop shot.
I'd play the rail first right here.
Stop shot for the 8 on the side.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, true. It's not bad.
No, it's
It's very doable.
Little
it's
angle.
Just
a little angle.
slight. It's just a little bit of a small pocket. Is all.
Nice smooth stroke.
Oh,
Flags.
well, this shot I give Isabel at least a 60-40. She makes this.
Just gotta watch the scratch depending on how you hit it.
She's going for a little softness. Oh, look at that. Oof.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That was close.
it was.
Isabel takes a 2-0 lead.
Take a seat, Adam.
I think my match is about up. Thought Scooter was coming in here.
Oh, that's right. You're playing the 5-7s.
Yep.
It's been a while since I played one of those tournaments.
Yeah, it gets me out of the house.
You know how many times I've done that where I'm sitting there like, just do the tournament, get out of here.
Right.
Something to do.
Oh,
You need to practice. Some days you just want to be lazy.
Right.
some days you don't even want to even see a pool table.
You have no idea how many times I've thought about quitting.
Yep, same here.
And the next, immediately you start thinking, no, you know you're going to regret that.
Yep.
It's the game we love to hate to love.
So where would you start off? Me personally, I would start with the 9-ball. I would take the 9-ball in the side.
Trying to think. I said, we are playing kitchen, correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Are we doing
Yeah,
a
it is.
win? We're doing a win by 2 format.
Yep,
Try
it's the same as the
Okay.
Friday night fight. It is win by 2.
I do like this opener.
All right. Well, catch you later.
Awesome here with you, Tim. How's it going so far?
Pretty exciting. I think the girls are just getting warmed up. They've got the first 2 racks, and looks like Mandy's playing defense here and there. Didn't quite work out in the end, but she's getting her groove. I think she's starting to feel a little more comfortable.
Settle in a little bit. The stripes look like they're pretty.
I like her attacking this 13 ball.
Yeah,
She could slow roll and maybe the 11 goes in the opposite corner. Yeah, again, it's hard to see the angles
Yeah.
from here.
It is. You can go the overhead up a little bit with that. Yeah,
I
you're
did
right.
notice that. I did notice that a lot. Like,
And okay, so and so just so you guys know, here's table 1. This is 1 top. See? And then this is just practice fire, everybody, not for.
I mean, that was a nice shot.
I didn't. Make sure you guys are talking into the mic more. It's a little funny, doesn't pick up.
I turned it up a little bit. Okay. Because people have trouble hearing, so I turned it up and they like that.
Play the safe or cut the 11.
I think she's going for the save. Just overrolled it.
Yeah, leaked out a little bit. Isabel does have the 2 straight to the bottom corner. She might try and play that.
Alright,
So this could work out for Mandi pretty well. She takes the 15, bumps into the 2, then she's got the 10 on the side.
I don't even think she has to hit the 2. I think it goes by the 2 if she wants, but that works too.
Just give yourself a little breathing room for the 8.
13, 15, 10. Or no.
Oh, that's the 11.
Oh, that's the 11.
She didn't want to end up on the rail. The question is, do you play this?
Don't have a whole lot of freedom here, but this is where you just roll it
Take
up,
your medicine.
you bear down, and just
She's off the rail now. She could put. She could try to go up table with it and just put a little stun on it.
I think I definitely would do that because taking this into the side would be very risky.
Yeah, you'd have to stun it a little bit harder. What a
Nice
shot! What a
shot, Mandy.
shot! There's some fire.
Yeah, I was about to say. You can definitely tell she's getting more comfortable with how confidently she hit that shot.
Yeah, for sure. All right, 2-1. Isabel's still in the lead. Mandi with an exceptional out there. See, and this is where it becomes, really hard to determine, who could the favorite be in this match. They're both highly competitive. Once they both find their grooves,
Who do you think is the more nervous of the two?
I think Mandi. I think Mandi's a little more nervous.
I would agree.
walking into this.
I think Mandi hasn't done quite as many money matches as
Yeah.
Isabel. Many big tournaments. But she's certainly capable.
Yeah.
I can already tell, like, she's already getting more comfortable settling in.
Yeah, I don't see Isabel ever really getting nervous about tournaments. She's always got this calm demeanor about her whenever she plays.
Oh yeah. Very nice break.
Like, she internalizes the pressure very well.
That's a very, very valuable asset to have,
Yes.
especially in a mental game like pool. See, I like that shot. Just she hit a little bit too hard. Is all.
Yeah. Definitely would have been nice to just get it off the rail a little bit. Trying to roll it up a little past the diamond. Maybe just half diamond. Give yourself the angle to.
Just tap that ball out a little bit. Four ball. I think that it was on the two ball. Probably four ball.
Yeah.
Ben has a pocket. I think she can take it here.
That 9 balls. Kind of in the way. She might have to absorb it a little
right
bit.
English.
Safe.
Okay.
You know, I love doing the commentating because it allows me to kind of see how other people play. How I definitely would not, but I'm not saying I'm right in any respect. You know,
Everyone sees the table a little bit differently, especially considering the variation in skill levels among
Yeah.
commentators. I remember a lot of people mentioning they learned so much from Tony commentating these kinds of matches.
yeah, it's a kind of a valuable lesson to go back and
And Pat, too.
rewatch your matches when one of them you're commentating. But that's also where the pressure can come in terms of when you're at the table, you're not going to see it as well as you're sitting above like we are.
Very true. Nice shot. 6 in the corner. Six. That's the four ball, correct?
Yeah.
I feel so colorblind looking at this. It looks like she's gonna run into this 11, which is a problem.
Yeah, she's going to have to hammer it a little bit,
So,
try to get
yeah.
out the center table.
Roll the dice a little bit, just get it somewhere.
I think she got hooked.
Yeah.
Gonna have to kick it.
Kick at it and leave that cue ball at that end of the table.
Oh, she tried to go for it. Not a bad leave. I think Isabel's got the 11.
I'm just hitting this
Park it down table.
15. Yeah. Well,
I think if you can
did she
see,
have that 11?
I think she can see the 11.
You're right.
I think it just goes by the 1.
If that's the case, she can go 11. 11, 14. Okay, well, she's doing my first suggestion.
Played that good.
I'm noticing a lot of fans for Isabel in the chat here. Where's the love for Mandi?
Able to see it, not the angle. Now she does take over that pocket.
No, I think she went out.
I think at that point, that's when I'm starting to look at the 10 in the side, or the 12 in the side.
Yeah.
Because that way you can start clearing out that balls. Because Isabel's trying to bait Mandi into Tate, just trying to go for the 4 again to open up the pocket. Which is why I think she did that.
You think she's thinking about that 13? It's just waiting for Mandi to hit the one
Break
ball.
out. Maybe. She's barely able to see it. Still holds the pocket. See, if I'm Isabel, I'm looking at this 12. You want to get your 2 balls out of there. I don't know if I want to wait for Mandi just to start making other balls or make the 4 ball to open it up again.
Do you think it went in the side?
Out of the 12 or the 10, but I think she has the 12 in the side at that time.
I think she's gonna roll this 11 into make her 4 ball and
Yep.
hook her on the 1.
Yep.
Yeah, that'll work. The only problem with that result is you have a little bit of work to do with those cluster of stripes.
Yeah, the 12-11 combo's there. It's not great. You're gonna have to hit 1 rail with this with right English. Good hit.
There, that's it.
Good hit.
Isabel has pretty good control of the rack at this point. She's gonna start getting pretty aggressive.
I could see another safety here. She may just play the 11 into the rail and leave the cue ball behind the 2 balls.
You could, because that 9 is still a little bit of a hard ball, but still playing slightly aggressive here.
But see, whenever I say be aggressive, they play safe. Whenever I say play safe, they go aggressive.
It's hard to predict, especially from this angle and this perspective. I mean, you and I know what we're gonna do. But
Right.
not only are they in a different kind of headspace with the pressure and competition, but they're just different players.
Yep.
Which is totally fine.
It was a good shot. Just hit it a little harder than she wanted to. She could back cut the 8 inside. She's gonna have to draw out of it. So just a good stroke on this ball. So does Isabel see the out here?
What's your pattern here, Kath?
I'm playing the 9 with the stun. If I can hold it for the 12, I would.
See, that worked out. But my general strategy is in 8 ball. I sort of lean towards moving the 3 ball as least as possible.
Right. That's why I like the stun on the 9 ball. Because you
Playing to connect the dots is in 8 ball is really important. So,
Yeah.
you have a really good pattern. You have a really good stop shot.
And if you are going to go for something like that, then try to give yourself a shot on the 11 balls to come over with
Oh,
it.
tough miss.
Oh no. I think a little bit harder and it gets there. Come off the. Actually didn't touch the rail on that one.
She
She's
can
got the
take this
11.
11 and get to the 12.
But see, you have to either. I think she has the angle to roll forward on it and come out 1 rail. You just want to try to get yourself back towards the center of the table.
She can't make that 11. Look right on the barrel. You can see it. That tells them like,
Oh, is it?
look, right here. See that it's annoying.
Oh.
Good job, Mandy.
Alrighty, Mandy tied it back up 2-2.
You playing?
Yeah.
Good luck. How are you?
Oh, upright. Hoping to get some matches in today. Got going here. This little,
Isabel and Mandy. It's gonna be a good one.
looks like we've gone back and forth a little bit.
So you're playing the 5/7s?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Oh, no. It's good to see Joe though.
Yeah.
See him in a while.
Always good when they can get a few tournaments in.
So dry break from Mandy.
Interesting spread. Definitely a couple of problems on each side.
I think I like solids a little bit better.
A little more maneuverable for the problems.
Is that the 10 ball in front of the side pocket, or is that the
Yeah.
12?
10 ball. 12 and the 4 are tied up right next to each other at the head of the cage. I think the trouble with solids is the opening shot. You bank the one right here, and that 6 is a problem. Otherwise, very workable.
Ooh, nice shot.
Doesn't leave much, but possible cut on the 10 here could break out that stripes right there. Upper area. Might be opting for a save. Still seems to be having trouble with some of the longer distance shots today.
Yeah. Half of it's just nerves, I think.
You get into a stream match like this, you got a lot of people watching. Some people get conscious about they want to be able to watch back and see themselves play good. Mandy played
I
good.
like that shot that Mandy just did.
Slowly start to break out that pack without sacrificing.
It's early enough in the rack where you have a really good chance to get back to the table. Just start solving your problems.
Yeah.
Nice shot by Isabel.
Where do you go from here, though? Break off the 12 here when you hit the 4. Elongates that line. Doesn't make it easy.
Yeah. This is what I'm noticing is going to be happening a lot. They're going to start laying up.
Bit of a safety game.
Yeah. Half safety and half to just go to your tempting your opponent to
Shoot a few balls.
yeah.
This is definitely the kind of rack where I'd much rather have my opponent sacrificing their balls, kind of getting their balls out of the way, so I have more safety options. And I can slowly start to push out and actually give myself better options to run out.
Right. Hmm.
Isabel's still got a tough spot here.
I'd like to see Mandi take a little bit more time on those really important shots.
Yeah. That would have been a good spot for her to play.
Oh,
spade.
get a rail. There we go.
That was good speed on that one. Andy doesn't really have much without going too wild or something like a bank shot, but she might counter with safety. She has plenty of options.
The 9, park behind the 13 maybe, or
Push the 13 out a little bit.
attempt.
Yeah, just like that. Now her only problem ball, and granted she still has some tough shots, her only real problem ball is that 15, which Isabel's going to be taking care of right here. Oh, no lines. I like that a little better.
Looks like the 2 is even more of a problem.
Yeah. There's a way to get to
Break
that 10.
out with the 6. 2 goes all the way down bottom right.
But if that feels more like a shot that you need ball in hand to get to.
Most likely.
It's an interesting rail first shot choice. Now we're kind of into that spot where we're probably going to see a little bit more caution with safety shots because starting to get to a point where you can't sacrifice too many of your pawns here.
Right. You've got 4 strikes left on the table. You really need to start thinking about how many balls you have left on the table. Like 3 and plus 8 ball. I mean, that's kind of where you want to stick with that in order to have a really confident trigger to get the out.
That or having extra balls on the table gives you a chance to run out, but it also gives you a chance to play safe if you get out of shape.
Yeah.
It's kind of why there's a preference not to run all your balls out. She's running the 2 all the way down. Excellent shot.
That was what I was thinking was going to happen sooner or later. But I mean, the reason I say 3 balls because like that kind of creates a triangle, right? Whereas if it's just 2 balls,
It's a line.
it's a line, right? So you put some structure to it. You have much more options to get a hit on balls.
Yeah. She unfortunately rattled it, but she played that breakout really well. Oh wow, mine. 6 ball took its time.
It's shot by Isabel.
Played that combo very confident manner. Now you're gonna be stuck bridging here, but
Here comes the bridge.
this is one of those shots you got to be careful with because too much speed, you're gonna be overrunning that ball. You just gotta let that 7 ball kind of walk itself into the pocket. I hit it a touch harder and let it come off this bottom rail here and move up towards the 6 or towards the 4 there. That way you're guaranteed more of a shot. This is one of those shots you really want to be able to use your rails, not afraid to use those rails.
Oh, I don't know. Did she
That's
put inside on that?
He did.
Okay.
That's a risk with bridging over half of the ball is you kind of lean into using English just so you can shoot the ball. But if it's something like that where you're cutting the ball that close to the corner pocket, you want to make sure that you're using top right or outside just so you don't scratch.
That kind of thing happens all the time. You have a tight cut. Ball on the rail, cue ball ends up scratching the other side of the table. See it all the time.
Like Mandy's start here, taking care of the 10 ball, most awkward ball in her run out.
Stun out on a 13. I don't think she can stun it. She might be able to get to the 15, but doesn't really need to. Just get onto the 9.
Very much a
little bit
versatile
straight
shot.
here, but she could. I would go forward 2 rails, a little more of an aggressive position here, but let's see what Mandy does. That works.
Draw it back all the way. I don't know. Moving forward on that one is a little awkward for me just because, well, you had room to cheat the pocket. It's no guarantee you don't hit the 8 on the way out. I like that choice.
So I'm betting she banks this 8 ball top right.
I'd go for the side. If you miss, you kind of leave that cue ball closer to the top rail. Just leave.
I'm gonna go a step further.
Play a nice little save.
Good.
Classic full table kick.
Oh.
Just barely.
Ball in hand for Mandy. Rocks in a row.
All about that catch up. Mandy's safety games will help her out here.
Where's the score button?
Mandy up 3-2. Her safety game really helped her in that round. There were a couple moments where she probably went offensive, where she could have played safe to help her run out, but ultimately it was just that patience, being able to play safe, leave Isabel either in an awkward spot or trying to tempt her into a few shots. See if she can get her to push out a few balls forward. Something that a lot of people don't, I think, really look into is safety doesn't necessarily mean your opponent can't see their ball. Sometimes it's trying to push them to shoot a certain ball so it moves one of yours out or ties up with theirs.
Goading them to shoot a ball that's a problem for you.
Just like chess, playing a certain move to get your opponent, bait your opponent into that, either sacrificing something or moving out something else. Try to give you a benefit. It's all that strategy.
It's so hard to tell what's going on in people's minds while they're playing a rack because you don't really know what kind of shots they're comfortable with. So they're going to choose, shots that we're not necessarily going to do, but maybe it's a slightly better position-wise or strategy, but because they're not totally comfortable with it, they're going to do something that's
On some players, when they get into a position where if you can play a lockup safe to where your opponent can't see something, they might get a little frustrated or a little antsy and they might shoot a little too fast. So it might frustrate your opponent, which is that psychological game.
it's an aggressive first shot. Wow.
Very, very risky. It's a tough shot to run a ball like that.
So this is kind of what I've been talking about. It's so early in the rack. I think there's just no pressure
Yeah.
in just shooting the ball that's really hard. But at the same time, if it's the first, sometimes the first shot of the rack is very, very important.
Oh yeah. There's a level of acknowledgement that I think needs to happen with rack. So many people are in the sense that they need to define a suit or make a ball
Exactly.
that they either take the risky shot because they so badly want solids or they so badly want stripes. You need to be able to acknowledge that sometimes either you need to take the suit that you don't want because it's going to define you better in the future for safeties and everything.
Yeah.
Versus
I'd like to see them start evaluating the rack before they take the first shot.
Yeah.
Count the number of problems on each suit, how many balls help your problem balls, stuff like that. And then
Well, not to mention, is it truly a benefit to define a safe from the get-go, or should you try to play safety? You can play
Right.
safe at the beginning of the round.
that's, I think, it's kind of happening sometimes.
That's where 8 ball gets a little more complicated. It's suit based. It's a defined based type of discipline, whereas most other games that are rotation, like 10 ball and 9 ball, you know exactly what you're shooting, so you know that you're going to be able to play a safe.
I very rarely find myself doing like a safety kind of shot on the opening shot. I tend to just like, it's the opening shot, I'm just playing aggressive, going for the absolute highest value thing I can possibly do.
Yeah, like here is, I mean,
Well-
it wasn't exactly a difficult rack off the break, but now that they kind of went offensive and each of them were trying so early on their opening shots with a non-defined rack, I mean, we saw with Isabel, she tried to run a very difficult ball up the rail when she had a couple other options to putt, versus Mandi, who, when she was left an option to take solids, went after it, just ended up cutting a ball, and then Isabel was left with something that she could easily just make in the corner. Versus, had early on, Isabel could have played stripes, even though there were a few more problems. She might have been better off playing stripes than being able to play a safety here. A lot of players expect that as soon as they're back to the table, they're going to be able to make a shot and then run out because they're so worried about running out. They're not necessarily worried about making a few balls playing safe to increase their chances of making it up to that 8 ball.
Right.
Most of the time, you're going to play safeties off the break or on the opening shot is just because you don't have the most desirable position or you don't have a logically possible. Now we've seen a rack that both players have gone back and forth. We know that it's probably going to switch over a couple innings, especially with that pack up top. So we got the 9 ball, 12 ball, and 3 ball up by the head spot there, up by the rail. They're going to have to find a way to
solids
solve
from
that.
here are looking much better. I think Isabel is solid, so I'm definitely thinking about that 5 to
Yeah.
break out the 3.
Yeah, if you can get on the right side of that
That's one option.
5. It's either that 5 or that 1 I see to break it out.
And in order to break out that 3 with the 5, it's actually a little bit of a larger position than people think.
Well, if you get a good angle on that 5, you can just push it to the rail with a little
Yeah.
bit of spin and just
You can
force it
draw
out
right into it. You can go to the rail.
But now, this is going to be an interesting little spot. I would prefer, even though I could run that 1 down the rail, I just want to find a way to play safe on this personally.
Lots of safeties.
Spin the 5 and push it up to that rail.
Oh, did she call that?
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think so
Nope.
either.
Walk back to her chair.
Oh, man. Who was it that did that? Oh, I think it was Kat. Well, I watched the end of her match, and she had an amazing shot, but she forgot to call the ball.
Oh, that's the
She
tough
didn't
part
think
about
of it
this,
because,
yeah.
like, maybe the pressure got to her, was like, I just want to hit the ball. I just want to hit the ball. But she would have had the match. She could call that ball.
That's mental game right there. That's
Yeah.
where you just see a shot that you've been thinking about it for a minute, and suddenly you're like, oh my gosh, I have this shot. All I got to do is play it. You don't think about actually saying anything to your opponent
Yeah.
because it's obvious to you in the moment. But you got to think about, is it obvious to them?
It's just it's such tunnel vision. Like, just get the hit, just get the hit, just get the hit. It's like selling yourself short.
Yeah.
It's a free call. Just call the ball, and if you make it, you win the match.
It's a complicated enough shot. Oh, look at this shot from Mandi. She left a little weird on the angle, but that is a great little breakout there. Excellent little shot choice. She could play safe here, though. She could just nudge up against the 12.
That's what I'm
freeze
thinking.
freeze
Yeah.
between the 12-9 and the rail there. But I think she's going to
The
be
only
very
problem with that,
offensive
the
here.
9 is moving out a little bit if she does that.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That
very
will work.
nice shot.
And you leave yourself enough angle to get down for that 13 there. Be a little more touchy on the shape just because that might come into play. But very, very workable shot. But you do have to make the ball. It is the one caveat.
Yeah, That's the shot that you have to bear down on. But it's in a good position now.
Isabel's going to try to get a good angle on this too to push back and maybe get the 3 and 5 into the alternate corner over there to find a way to get above them. Oh, she might be playing safe here.
Do you think she tried to make that 9 ball?
Either she was trying to make it or this is what she was trying to play. I think she was trying to make it, but I much prefer how this ended up. As much as I'm leaving one of my opponent's balls on the table, you know, Mandi can't see either balls and playing safe here. Yeah, it's just going to be a simple kick down to the 13, but Isabel's going to have options most likely. It's not likely to freeze the ball up anyway. She had enough sight to see.
All right, so she can take, I would take maybe the 3 first here. You could take the 5 and go 2 rails to get onto the 2.
I like,
but I think she's taking the 3s. That's perfectly fine.
I think the problem with the 3 is you're moving a little close to that 5 if you made it. Cutting that 5 in and moving around, you would have been able to find something, even if it was a tough cut on the 3.
I knew it was getting close to that 5, but I think she could.
Mandi's looking to simple run. I think she's trying to lead herself up to shooting that 8 in the side. Let's play a simple 13, 9.
Nice shot, Mandi.
You can run into the 5 here and push it out and use the 5 to hold for the 8. Not trying to get anything too
I'm going to hold this to the 8 in the side.
Yeah. Oh, not even using the 5. Perfect.
Bottom left action there, maybe.
So Mandi's got great speed and spin control over distance. Well, nice little 3 ball out there from Mandi.
Yeah. She's getting into rhythm now.
Yeah. She's really starting to get in that zone where you can see where she's being patient with her safety shots. And there are times, especially like at the top of the table when there was a 12-9, I probably still would have played safe, but it would have led to a great out had she not missed the 9 ball. But that is an excellent little piece there as you start to see players like Mandi getting into a rhythm and, you know, they're only missing a shot here or there, and their patience, their mental game is on point.
For both of them, yeah. They both seem fairly comfortable at the table. But I'd still like to see them calculate the value of the shots in terms of getting out on the rack and just bearing down on that high value shot rather than just keep going with your rhythm.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's good to keep in a rhythm, but like really focus on that really important shot.
Yeah, I definitely think I'd like to see a little bit more time for Mandi on a few shots rather than kind of rushing into what's the closest or what could grant me a better out versus what could, what save could I play that might be able to grant me a more comfortable out. So, and then Isabel, I definitely would like to see a bit more safety play. She definitely has a. She definitely
we're
has
taking a timeout.
like all the bathroom breaks. Yeah, no, I definitely think I would like to see a bit more safety play from Isabel. I think Isabel's really trying to go for the out.
So you're on one of her teams, so you get to see her play a lot more than I do.
I think it's nerves because she actually plays a lot more safeties than this in the league. She still is very much an active out player, so I play with her on Fridays at Napa. So I guess the main format change between this and Napa is just the 8 on the snap rule. Other than a couple small things which you usually don't see come into play with most rounds, but ultimately,
do you think she's shooting slightly harder than she normally does? Because I mean, I'm noticing in high pressure matches like this, people tend to hit a little harder than they anticipate.
yeah. So
Overrunning a cue ball because you're nervous, the adrenaline's going, and you overrun that ball a little bit. Or maybe you're trying to like let your arm out, get the jitters out, so you kind of just let your stroke and miss the ball or overrunning it.
I would definitely say that Isabel is to some degree a little nervous. She's definitely hitting with a higher speed. I wouldn't necessarily say she's hitting harder. She's just hitting faster. And one caveat to that might be when we play League, we're usually on the back table. We're not on 1 and 2. We're usually I think my team lately has been playing on 5 and 6 for the most part, and 3 and 4. And tables 1 and 2, especially because of how much they get played on and under these larger table weights, the speed of the table is definitely a little different. So the balls might throw a little differently, and I don't think Isabel's had a chance to
Well, it's new.
adjust to that.
It is new. Oh,
Oh yeah,
so
Yeah,
it has slowed down by now though.
Yeah.
When it first got put on, it noticeably very fast.
yeah,
But it's gotten to that point where balls aren't sliding into the pocket.
yeah. And that might be a little bit of a factor. It's the cloth itself. The speed of the tables is definitely something not a lot of players get a chance to adjust to because tables 3 through 8 really do play a lot differently than 1 and 2. Usually after league nights, I actually get a chance. I try to find a few chances to play on 1 and 2 just because it's a different cloth. But you definitely see a different speed and action on the tables on 1 and 2, and I don't necessarily know if the players themselves have been able to adjust. Mandy's definitely been able to adjust, and she is definitely getting used to the speed of the tables. She's landing on a lot of these position shots. She's landing really well. The few shots where she's kind of out of shape, it's not by much. So I definitely think Mandy has really gotten the speed of the tables down, and she's getting used to it, and that'll allow her to be a little less worrisome or a little less focused on the speed of the table.
That was one thing
So-
she was talking about the other day, where she hasn't been playing on diamonds as long as Isabel has. Mandy has a lot of experience playing on valleys. She's been here for about a year playing on these diamonds. But by now, I think you're right. By now, she's adapted to it pretty well.
One, I think her having experience on valleys definitely lends to that ability to adjust. Not a lot of people acknowledge. A lot of valleys don't actually play consistently in speed.
Most
And
of it
so-
is the cue ball.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize that cue ball in the valley is so much different.
Welcome back, Hannah.
Well, thank you.
How'd your match go over there?
I won 4-0.
Go. Smack go.
Good opening shot by Isabel.
To show the difference between playing an 8K match and playing a high stakes match.
Very
You-
true.
High stakes, you take your time.
Oh yeah. You're just shooting out over there and just
Dude,
kinda
I was-
blasting at balls.
You know when you're just in stroke and everything just feels good? You kind of just go for those wild shots going, oh, dude, I'm feeling good.
Yeah, you just run at it.
I'm trying to
also
get
be
onto
the
these 10 balls as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, being tied up with the 9 there too will just something to break out. I think that's what she's after. Yeah.
Don't know if I quite like that shot. Got the 4 on the side. She could back up the 3.
Solids, every ball has a pocket.
I was about
It's
to
all
say,
about it's all
this is
about
the
starting.
first rack where I've seen where we're like 2 or 3 shots into the rack and every single ball has a pocket.
I think I would personally start with the 2 here. It's like she's starting with the 4. I would personally start with the 2, and then you got the 3-7 combo on the side.
Well, this is what we were talking about earlier. It's all based upon like skill level and how you see the table. Because that 2-ball cut shot, I mean, you're sitting just above the middle diamond, so
That's a tough shot.
it's a tough shot.
Yeah.
A small pocket, you're only a diamond away. So it's something that you might go for. Absolutely, but
I mean, with Mandy, she's a great pocketer. She can really easily make balls. I have seen her
Yeah.
cut balls on the side without much of a problem. But it's definitely more about, I think, that is looking into sometimes not necessarily taking the easiest shot.
Yeah.
Because you get something like this, is the easiest shot makes the rack more complicated. You get stuck in it.
right.
It's also about the player's comfort.
Oh, what a shot! Oh,
Glance off the 5 into the corner pocket. That was
and this is where I might have taken a look, kind of what we were talking about just there. Is the back cut on the 6-ball into the side? That'll leave you natural shape for the 1.
Yeah.
Then you can just roll up, take 3, 2, however else that's gonna go.
And if you get out of shape, you have options.
Right.
That's the nice part. That is the beauty with 8-ball, is the ability to have options. But in its own sense, that can make it more complicated to where you now have to make the break.
Right. Looking at the run out is probably the hardest aspect of it.
Oh yeah.
This is a run out that Isabel should be able to get. She's
Yeah.
perfectly capable of getting this.
She doesn't want. She
9,
doesn't want to get too
14,
straight on the
12.
14. Doesn't want to leave herself a little. There you go. Just a little bit of an angle to come off the rail.
That's the shot where I'm
And-
being very specific with my position, like you were saying.
Right.
It's it's a very easy ball to make. So then put your focus into the perfect position.
Just like that. And that right there was an amazing speed shot. A lot of people get worried about holding that, so they, for some reason, tend to hit it harder, I've noticed. And so they tend to overrun and go to the other side of the table.
Time. There you go.
Isabel's playing her shots very, very slow, which is what you want to do. You don't want to overrun your ball at all. You don't want to get too fancy. Every ball just goes in a pocket. So you just walk everything there. Excellent.
Good job, Isabel.
Keeping it close.
She was able to simplify that out really well, too.
Yep.
So we haven't seen her break in a while. Mandi got 4 in a row on that, so we haven't had a chance to see Isabel break. Wait, is this alternate rack format, or is it?
It's winter break.
Yeah, so I'm thinking right on that. Yeah,
Back your own.
We'll see how Isabel's breaking these after 4 racks down, or 4 racks loss against Mandi. Mandi was getting good spread, but not making anything. So we'll see if Isabel can figure out making a ball on the.
I'm wondering if have we seen any of their girls do a second ball break in this tournament yet?
I don't think so.
I don't know if I
See
I
that?
think Mandi might have tried one. She's been kind of changing up her break, trying to see what works.
Yeah.
My opinion, I think second ball break. I usually prefer a second ball, but for this tournament, I think it'd be
It's a
really, really good for a lot of them.
Well, and I think what the big thing is not so much who's breaking; it's a matter of the tables right now. Because with a tight rack, I've noticed lately when I've played on tables 1 and 2, they've been very beneficial to second ball breaks, and I've made a lot more playing lately on tables 1 and 2, breaking off that second ball with the head ball. When I came in earlier, I think it was right as Mandi was going into her second break, and I noticed she crossed over the head ball, got a great spread, but you don't really ever want to cross over the head ball. So I think she was experimenting a little bit, trying to find something. But I want to see one of them try a second ball break just to see what happens.
Yeah, she was messing around. Mandi was messing around with a couple different breaks before the match, just trying to see what works, where the
Yeah.
spread's gonna go.
Well, and it's also, you have to think too about with these tables and this newer cloth, even though it's kind of started to wear in, these tables do have a really weird racking spot where those balls are going to rest. Right? Because you can get the first, 3 to 6 balls racked together, and the back of the rack just has a gap here or there. And that's where the beauty of hand racking triangle is. You get these microscopic little gaps in the weirdest spots that just causes it to spread.
Right.
I think
No
But I-
two racks are ever going to be the same.
Oh, yeah. the head ball break really lends itself to a perfectly or near perfect type rack, but on tables like this where there's going to be a gap here or there, I think
Breakout.
Nice.
That was a great
Yeah.
breakout.
now you just got a weird shot on the 3. Definitely workable. Now you got to figure out that 7 as well. But once you figure out that 7, as long as you're in good shape, you can be out. I'd say the second ball break just because
Wondering if you
lend
could
itself to
make the
this
3 and
rack.
hit that 14 to break out that 7.
I don't think so. 'Cause you'd have to hit it so full in
Yeah.
the face.
You would have needed to hit.
This could work. This could work. She back cuts the 2 with a lot of follow.
Try to.
You bump the 8. You don't have to worry about the 8 doing anything, but it's going to push the 7 out. The only thing you need to control really is the cue ball getting below or above the 8, so that when you hit the 7,
Stuff.
You don't need to hit
It's actually
too
what
hard.
you ended up trying to do there. Isabel has the ball to shoot. She's only got 1 option.
runout's there. I mean, you could take the 14 and either play for the 11 in the side, or if you hit a little softer play, the 9 in the corner. I like playing for the 9. You draw back either for the 15 or the 11.
I would play after you take this ball, you got options.
Yeah. I'd roll out just a little more and leave yourself the option between the 9 and the 11. Yeah, just like that, because now you have the option
Right.
to clear out this pack right here. Because you take that 11, this pack is suddenly wide open. It's not, right now it's very, very active, very
Yeah.
claustrophobic.
When the balls are in the middle of the table, I tend to play side pocket. So
Yeah.
I start looking at, all right, what's my best angle, short angle to get to the next side pocket.
Yeah.
So like here, she can run into the 14 and just drift a little bit up, not too far. You don't want to drift too far to the 11. Take the 12 in the side, roll a little
11 is-
forward, take the 11 in the
12
side.
you can start thinking about.
Well, here she's got a good angle. She just slow rolls
Yeah.
this in, and you're naturally on the 11 in the side. You play the stop shot,
Yeah.
13, draw back, or even roll up for the 15 in the side.
You'll have both options here.
Definitely rolled up a little more than she wanted to.
Just pocket speed.
Yep.
Get
Thank
this for 15 in the top right.
Yeah, if you slow roll this 11 in, you should be pretty straight. Maybe a slight angle on 13.
You get a lot of angle on that. How'd she play the speed?
Looks like it was more angle than I thought.
She has the 15 in the side with angle. She's going to have to come above that 13 and shoot it down in the corner.
Yeah, just stun it a little bit.
Yeah. I would force myself into the 8 here. It's more as much more complicated as that makes it.
Yeah,
use it to hold.
You don't want to roll forward because you don't want to break the 7 out.
I'm just drawing below the 13.
Does she have an angle to past the 2? She's going to back cut this 13. Withdraw. Try to come off the rail. A little wide.
I think she was just more worried about making the ball there.
Think
It
she
was
can
a
give
good
a
run.
safety on the 7 ball here.
If I'm Mandi, I'm taking this 5-7. I
Yeah.
leave the 2 where it's at. If you miss the 7, you're just playing pocket speed. If you miss the 7, it sits in the pocket, limiting.
You're going for the combo here?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
If you
Because you
and not do the if she can do the safety on the 7, you wouldn't do that.
Well, that's an easy kick, though. You're hanging the pocket while the 8 might be left weird. It's a risky
Maybe.
safety.
I like taking the combo just because if you rattle the pocket, you block the pocket, you're limiting her options for. the
Not
eight
to
ball.
mention, you have, if you need, you have the 2 to get back down to the 5.
Again, I wasn't sure if the safety was there or not. If you couldn't guarantee getting behind that ball, that's a tough call.
I think the benefit to having taken the combo is all she had to do was aim that 5 into the
I
pocket.
think this 2 is off the rail a little bit, so she doesn't have to hit this hard.
Yeah. You have 2 choices. You can just slow roll it up, or you can go 2 rails up and
It's
down.
a lot of speed. Slow up. Bump it. Hit that a little hard.
Right. But all you got to do is make the 5 let it come back and forth. It was definitely a risky speed. If you're going to hit it like that, you want to hit it harder and you want to
Well,
go straight
how
up the
locked
table.
up is she? Because she's got maybe a half an inch or so gap there.
She's just going to jack up and she's just going to pot this ball at that cue ball ride back and forth between the rails, just like that.
That's perfect.
Just short
Get off the
side.
rail. Get off the rail.
That's the
Whoa.
one spot you don't want to land. That's it.
I mean, she played it exactly how you said.
Yeah.
It's a matter of making this. I think it's there.
Not quite 50-yard line, but still pretty much the
Yeah.
one spot you could be.
You don't really have much of a safety that you can play here either.
No. Well,
The closest to an offense or to a defense I can feel like is actually calling the pocket and just banking for
that's
it.
what I
Yeah.
was actually exactly thinking.
Because you either make the ball, or you get it stuck in the pocket, or you sell out. You got the three,
Well,
three ways
the
that
problem
you
is you don't want to make the 13.
Yeah.
And even if it does sit above it, the
It's
where the
gonna
cube where
be
the,
tough,
the
yeah.
angle that the cue ball's going to go out, unless you're hammering this, in which case you're going to make 13.
I just from where the 13 is in that pocket, I think the odds that 8 follows in is very, very low.
It's low. It's
You'd
that's
actually
why it's the only.
you'd have a better
defensive
chance
shot,
of back cut the bank into the bottom left corner of the
Yeah.
table.
play a little more.
It's
one pocket.
weird
Yeah, it's just gonna
from
kick
this
at it.
picture here, it looks like she can cut it in, but from here, definitely not. It's rough.
That's a tough spot to be
I mean,
left.
if she had left the cue ball on this side of the table here, at least makes it to where she has to really move that cue ball after making a 13.
Oh,
But either way, it's just
yeah. I think what
not a
happened.
good scenario to be in.
Yeah, I will say I think really what happened with Mandi on that what got her is the way she chose to shoot the two. She, in my opinion, she chose the right route. Taking the combo first. I mean, it was a wired combo if you just shot the 5 into the pocket, it just went straight into the 7. But what was important about that run out was the 2 ball. So, and that's all about judgment of position. I would have just run it up and down the table rather than trying to run in towards the 5. Going up and down the center of the table, I can overrun it and let it come back down to the 5. And then play a simple.
I'm just thinking a little bit differently with these girls, considering 'cause, like, if it were me, if I'm at the table, I'm probably doing what you're doing. If I see that combo and I'm confident with it and see the run out, I'm doing it, right?
Yeah.
But at a lower skill level, I'm thinking maybe just doing a safety is the smarter play. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think the big thing though.
What are the odds your opponent's going to get it? Yes, it's
Yeah.
kind of an easy kick, but how many times have we seen our opponents miss a kick like that?
Yeah, but I think
So often.
I think part of my judgment as well is the run that Isabel had right before that. She was slowing down, taking more time with her shots. So I would have foreseen her to take more time with the kick and increase her chances of making it. It's like she's also
It's
switching
certainly
sides on
possible.
the break here. Still going with a head ball break. I think the trouble with this one is the other problem with these head ball breaks is there's not a lot of power delivery going into the rack. And so you're getting this pack of balls up at the top. And so we know we're going to see a rack where we're going to alternate innings. We're going to alternate between players because there's still going to be a lot of problems. To
This is
solve.
why I want to see them do a second. I'm just curious because I hardly ever see the girls do a second ball break. Now, when I do a second ball break, of course, a lot of essentially what happens is it gets weird, right? The ball's
Yeah.
going one side of the table. But like you said, you do a head ball break, balls aren't moving quite as big because once you put a lot of power into it. I hate doing second ball or head ball break. Perfect spread on the balls, but you get such a dry break.
Yeah. You get a lot of players who, I mean, you do a head ball break, you got a wide open rack. You actually played an excellent cut to open up with bridging over the 9. This is where she gets left with tough position. You know, this is one of those shots where because of that head ball break being as soft as it was, and now she didn't have much ability to play position or move that ball around because there was a lot of interference. I think she might be able to see the 9 past the 2 here, but I think she'll just be playing safe. Yep, just like that, using the 10 to hold, not only break out the 10, but the 10 ball held that cue ball up against the 5. Now Isabel, all she can see is that 5 ball. So Isabel's gonna have to play safe. This is right here. You have to do something, but you don't have much.
You could also, if you really don't want to move that 5 ball, which I wouldn't blame her, you could just kick the 6.
That's true.
6 is a problem ball anyways, and
You'd be able, just like Mandi did, you'd be able to break out your balls and see about leaving your opponent in a tough position.
and the 9 is still likely to be a very hard ball. You just play the percentages on getting back to the table, solving the problem.
Absolutely. This I do foresee a bit of a safety battle. She's pushed that out. It does give Mandi a ball to shoot, possibly a bit of a run. But this is one of those make a ball and then play safe situations, in my opinion.
She's straight in on that 10 ball, so I'm not sure if the breakout on that 11 is there.
But she's got room to cheat. She's close to
Yeah,
the
she
pocket.
might be able to.
She tried to break out the 11, ended up breaking out the 9, but see, she tried to break out the 11. But she now has some sort of shape she can play safe with. She could make a ball here. I mean, she has only one option to do that, which is really making the 9, which doesn't lend itself much to a breakout anywhere, at least not an easy one. So I think we're going to see her play safe.
Yeah, this is what I would do too. Just put that cue ball right somewhere in there.
I don't think she wanted to double kiss that there. I don't think she wanted
No.
13 come back. Personally, that's actually one of the better things that could happen because it pushed that cue ball towards the top rail a bit better. Not a lot of people think about playing safeties using a double kiss, but Isabel countering with a great save, pushing that 5 over by the 9 and actually moving in front of it. That 9's now blocked, and Mandy's going to have to play safe here in some shape. I think she is looking at an option to kick, but I mean, I might just play a push on the 9 and try to push that 5 further down the table. Unless she can see the 13. I don't think she can see the 15 or 13 here. But if she can,
I'm taking my chances. I'm gonna hit that 15 out.
try to kind of break it out a bit. I think the risk with that is if you have it. Actually, that might be.
It's early enough in the rack where I'm not really worried about my opponent running out.
Yeah, and there's still problems to solve either way. Yeah, she was looking at the kick here. It's a very interesting choice. I think she's actually trying.
I
To
don't
make this.
dislike this,
But it does leave Isabel options. Isabel still has to solve that 1 and 6 ball because that 1 ball is very difficult to make anywhere. It does go in one of the sides
top
if
right.
with ball in hand, but
One
doesn't
goes in the
pass
top
the
right, but it's a matter of getting there.
yeah. She can get the.
So-
She can get a good angle on the 7 or the 4. She could break out that 6.
Yes, exactly. And that could
That might work.
Yeah.
It's a tough cut, but if you cut the 7 in the side and
It's
just
the
let it
shot where I'm
done,
talking
yeah.
about. Really focus on this shot.
I don't mind that lead though. She didn't miss that by much, and if she had made that, she would have been on a similar line and been able to break it out. But at least the lead. I mean, Mandi does. She's gonna be kicking at her balls at this point. She's not gonna be able to hit one directly, and if she is, gonna be very thin. Yeah, she'll be looking to kick at a ball. She probably is just going for the hit here. A little risky coming close to that too. Now, real question is, do you try to cut that 2 in, or do you move up table and try to shoot that 4? I personally shoot the 4 here. Oh, she might say. It's an interesting set. I mean, she just blocked the pocket with the 9, which is a great option. It makes the 2 very difficult for her in the future, and it gives Mandi a side pocket shot. But now this is where we're going to start seeing a safety battle, I think. Yep.
Well, that didn't work. I don't think Mandi liked that one.
I think she wanted the cue ball to go up a little more.
You can tell by the look on her face. She's like, no.
That's like that
Take-
wasn't the speed.
Take more time on these safeties.
If you foresee or you start to see where you're both playing safe, you notice that your opponent has a ball they can take, but they elect to play safe, you might be foreseeing a safety battle. You might want to start taking time and trying to find a very good lockup safe or a safe that's going to take away your opponent's options. We're now at a point that every ball, given the right position, has a pocket. So there is a run out. The only tough ball for solids here is going to be that one.
Is a safety really a safe? Like, if you think about it, is a safety really a safety if you know you're giving your opponent an even better safety?
Right.
That's kind of the situation where people forget about. Get caught up in just, okay, I'm
Sure.
safe. I'm behind the ball, but they forget about
The one ball that's over here.
Yeah.
You know, it's the difference, or what makes the difference between a defensive shot and a safety.
close.
She elected to play a very complicated shot from the get-go. The distance on the side, the angle. Like I said, she's been looking at the 2 balls down here. Now, granted, now she's only got the 2 ball in, down at this part of the table. But there are a couple times I might have shot up table, whether it was for safety or making a
Nice shot.
great cut shot from Mandi. I think she's going to elect to take this 12. I think the questionable part is what kind of shape is she going to try to get. If she can park herself over by the side pocket she's shooting from, she might have a decent shot. That's what she tried to do. Speed is what got her on that. Maybe a little bit of aim. Now all Isabel has to do is take her time. While everything's out in the open, it's a little more complicated run out because you have to get back up table and make sure you fix the problem with the one ball here.
That was almost a perfect speed.
Yep. Just a touch more and she would have been able to have the 7 in the side, the one ball.
Unless maybe if she had run it just a little bit more, she could make the 7 inside and bump out the 13. To have an option with the 1 or 6.
At that point, if you're straighter on the 7, I would have elected to take one. I think here is where what you just said is going to come into play.
Oh, she's trying really hard.
But she might have gotten. She got there for the 1 on the side. And she just parks the cue ball where one spot Mandi doesn't. Mandi's kind of chuckling to herself here. This is that one spot you don't want to be with 2 balls in your court, whether they're in or near corners. You're nipple hooked on this. You can't see anything. You're kicking at everything.
Well, this is the kick you were talking about,
Yeah.
though. This should be a kick that Mandi can do, but
Well, I mean,
you know,
you're kicking corner to or side to corner. It's the routine,
see.
And these, if you hit those slow, the diamonds will kick wide. That's what you have to account for. It may be a routine angle, but it's one of those where even though it's a routine angle, you have to be very careful with it because you're kicking at a slower speed. I would have kicked touch faster because if I hit that 12, I want that cue ball to drift out, even if it leaves me a steep angle on the 13.
Absolutely.
So, but she elected for the right kick.
I mean, if you kick slightly wide anyway, that's the angle you want anyway.
Yeah.
Slightly wide to come off the rail first, maybe to come 2 rails after.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, the interesting part here is, suddenly you've got ball in hand, but by no means is this an easy out. This 1 ball is a severe problem because it is blocked in both corners, and while it goes in the side, I'd probably elect to try to, as long as you can get in the side, I would elect to take that because it gets to the 4.
I don't like this. I hate this
Yeah.
shot. I'm just you have ball in hand. I'm confident with that one on the side.
You have 2 options. If you want to make
I
this
really am.
easy, you shouldn't jam yourself up against the rail with the cue ball with ball in hand unless it's your only option. I would elect to either take this in the side or try to set up a good bank. Right? You can bank that 1 ball out. It's your one problem. Whether you play a stop shot bank to get it in the corner or get it in the side, you get the 4 in the corner. But if you can slow roll this into the side that it's closest to now, you might leave yourself whether it's straight or a touch of angle on that 4, and you have options to get to the 6 ball.
I think you have to take this one first. I don't.
You
If
have
you're doing what you're mentioning with the bank, I guess we're not at the table. I guess this one in the side isn't
Is
a
questionable.
comfortable shot. Like
I wouldn't give myself the wired angle for this. I would give myself an angle where the 1 ball is or the cue ball is coming off the 1 to move around the table. There
nice
we
shot,
go.
Isabel.
Now the difficulty is you're not bridging over the 12, but
You're,
at least you solved that one.
you're taking that bank on the 1. Bank on the 1. You almost have to just put a little bit of English on it. Well, it's just my style to put
Yeah.
outside to come 3 rails towards your last solids on the table.
I mean, you can leave yourself off.
Oh man.
Forcing Mandi to take a full down the rail combo. But you play this simply, you just let the cue ball drift out to center table. So wherever that 13 lands,
Just
In
hit
most
the
cases,
left
I'm-
side of the 12,
yes.
not the right.
Now, you want to be careful with that because that could cause the 13 to fall. Kind of carrying the pocket.
Oh, she's going to hit the wrong side.
But she still got a shot. Enough that
Because,
she's down
because she
on
hit
the
it hard enough.
Yeah.
Nice shot.
Close to the side. Leaves her-
Wow.
That's a split
Perfect.
difference, but yeah, she's gonna go into the corner all day long.
Of course.
It's a little split different shot, right? But you're going in the corner and you just play it with center. You don't get fancy. Maybe touch a stun. Ooh. She got a little pokey with that,
Mandi.
and she didn't take her time. She
Yeah,
got that a little
this one-
fast.
Take your time. Maybe it's nerves. You know, it doesn't want to
Yeah.
take too long because the nerves get to you. Who knows?
Well, it doesn't matter who it is. Everybody deals with nerves. Now, how they deal with it, that's just a question of mental game. But that, I don't think necessarily might have been nerves. That might have actually just been overconfidence. Oh, I got a shot on
Yeah,
me in the eight.
exactly.
I'm just going to
It
make
could
it
be
in the
either
corner.
way. A lot of people, like for me, for instance, you think long, you think wrong, right?
Well,
As Earl Strickland would say.
it's also muscle memory because look at the shot she played beforehand. She played her combo, got it great, and within the cue ball had barely stopped moving when she was already down
Nice
to
shot,
shoot that
Isabel.
13. Great speed. She basically just played a simple little stop shot here, let it roll forward, and she's got the 8 in the corner. Just like that. Straight in, no problem. One thing I can say I respect about these players is the fact that they're not handing each other 8 balls just because they're straight into the pocket. I like, tournaments like this where you're made to shoot that 8 ball, even if it's hanging there. 'Cause I've seen plenty of shots where they could have just handed it over just straight in or it's hanging in the pocket and they're making each other shoot. Isabel coming back from a deficit here. She's going from that position to where she was two racks behind and now she's 1 rack up. Mandi, wins 4 racks in a row and now
Mandy's gonna
Isabel's at
feel
3.
that one.
Mandi might be feeling a bit of pressure. I've noticed the past couple racks where Isabel has been coming back and making great runouts and even making some good safety choices. Mandi might be a little rattled here. She might be a touch.
I
bit
don't know
rattled.
if she's rattled. I think she's fine, but she just isn't taking quite enough time on those really important shots.
Yeah. And that's where you see players who go up and down, right? They're kind of decentralizing in the middle of a rack. You look at the 4 racks that Mandi played to get up. She had several good runouts and a lot of good safeties. I've seen a dip in safety play for Mandi over the past 2 racks. And you see it. The play style has changed. And yet again, we've got yet another head ball break, and that's one where. Again, crossing over.
Hi, Nikki. Yep, I think I definitely like solids here a little bit more. Right. Doesn't look like we have an angle on this 5 ball to get a breakout on the 2. We could roll it up a little bit. Put a 6. Which is what she's looking at. Almost. Alright, so Isabel's got stripes. Looks like we can get the 13 in the side here. She most likely will open up with. She might have an angle to break out for 10 ball.
Build up now.
Yeah, it's been back and forth. Mandi might be getting a little bit frustrated. Safety here. You don't play a whole lot of 8 ball, do you? Usually just play 9 ball.
I prefer probably 9 ball. That's what I'm more comfortable with.
a game you kind of just you can get into the zone a lot easier with an 8 ball.
Yeah.
Because it's a little more of a, in my opinion, kind of execution focused wise.
Yeah, a lot of it. Yeah, and I do find when I played 8 ball, what I do like about 8 ball is it brings up shots that you don't see
Right.
otherwise, right? You know what I mean? Where it's a little bit more unique and more creative at times. I think.
8 ball, you're forced to make those a little harder shots.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on your pattern play and how good at breakouts you are and all that kind of stuff.
Let's see. So we got a little bit of a battle here. Oh, come on.
Oh, let's see.
Looks like. Can Mandy see that whole 6 ball? I think she can.
It's close. If she can't, she can throw it in.
Kind of. A little more conservative with the shot. Didn't really go for it.
You know what a situation I see come up all the time, especially with lower ranks. They don't realize how much they can throw a ball.
Yeah.
With a slower speed.
Mm-hmm.
Put left or right on the ball. They can't quite see the whole ball, right?
Yeah.
But especially if that ball's close to the pocket, you can throw that ball so far.
Ooh, a shot. That's a good shot. Lots of clusters.
It's been, I would say, 90% of their backs have been a chess game.
Yeah.
Isabel came with a really good out, which had like 5-6 ball run.
One ball and that 5 ball really.
Yeah, I'm looking at
Problematic.
the angle either with this 2 ball. I don't think she can do too much with this 3 ball right now in order to get to it.
You don't like playing. I guess you guys stay pretty close to the rail. I really like shooting that 3 ball now. And play it, with that angle, you develop a little bit of that with the 2 ball that she
Well,
shot.
she rolls this forward like that, and then she has an angle on that.
Gotcha.
The 4 ball
Okay.
to break out. Yeah.
It's probably a better way to do it. I used to play 9 ball.
Oh, don't be so short. See, I know you're probably a really good shot at 8 ball. For me, sometimes it's
Leo, we
hard to
got
switch gears.
Tim, and this is Scooter. We do.
Nice try, Mandy.
Yeah, she got.
Maybe
Really,
the 5 goes off the 11.
yeah, that's a good shot.
But then you got to worry about the 1. I'm not sure if she has an angle to draw back after doing that shot like that to break out the 1. I don't know. I
Keep
don't
ball
think so.
anyway. You like that shot though. Quite.
See, that's fine. If you couldn't get to the 1 or 3, why make the 5?
Yeah,
Just put it in the pocket.
she did that. Moved that pretty much give me a 11 ball out of there.
Or you make the 5 and just, it's a given you're not going to get a shot on the 3 or 1. But just hit the 1 to maybe get that stripe out.
So she thinks she can hit that. Look like she was.
It's a nice shot.
Okay.
I think maybe she has an angle here to get the 11 down table to get a breakout.
a second.
She would have had it.
You got a little.
A little piece of the 14, maybe, or the 9. Top left on the 9 ball. Top right, I mean.
Yeah, try to get in there, pick him up, and lay out. She's gonna.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I like that.
I like that shot a lot. There, she does have the 3 ball.
See, I kind of like not making this 3 ball. Don't make it if you can't guarantee a shot at like a breakout on the 1 off the 5.
Yeah.
It's just the value of making a 3 ball is what you have to really think about.
Right. Well, I don't
If you're
know.
gonna get something after.
I mean, well, look at it here. The only thing I don't like about that here is it's easy to kind of get the cue ball stuck. I think. Like this.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the to me. She was concerned about getting the ball stuck down there and like breakout. I mean, if you're going to shoot this shot, you need that angle. I like the angle that she had before.
She's got so much.
Yeah. Didn't even. I don't think got the. I think she was trying to spin the other way.
Yeah, the amount of energy you had to put on that 3 ball to make it and to get a breakout was tough.
And I think she kind of got a little. Didn't cue the ball exactly what she probably wanted to. Trying to get, just trying to put so much to it.
I kind of like just rolling up really slow onto the strike. Cue ball near that pocket. Forcing her to hit the 1 ball.
Oh wow, she's gonna kick now. Okay, she's gonna try to break up her stuff. Okay.
I think she was going with 12 there.
Yeah.
Roll up on it. It's classic. Can't see any of your balls. Small game most of the time.
Yeah, you could have kicked at it too.
Now does Mandy go for this shot and play the 2 rails around her?
That's a super aggressive shot.
Boy, it is.
2, 3 rails into 12-1.
In that direction.
So now we have another chance at that shot we were talking about. She's better.
She's trying to make the 3.
Just like that.
Oh no. Oh, no. Well, fortunately, the balls are tied up, so I don't know where Manny can really put this cue ball down. That's interesting.
I'm wondering if she can just barely hit the left side of this 1 ball, which she's not doing. She's doing something different.
Okay. Well, that's.
I don't know if the combo's there now, though.
I don't think it is.
It's going to hit the rail. But so what? If it's parked in front of the pocket.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that was a pretty clever shot by Manny. She really made Isabel have to look at this direction. I mean, if you really get in the advanced part of it, I think Isabel's righty. This is awkward for her.
trying to get too much of that one either. She didn't try to get a lot of movement out of it.
Mm. Well, I mean, I think there might be a shot there now.
There is, but it's super risky.
Not to mention getting
Yeah, I don't know with the 8 ball. I mean, maybe you just look at the 8 as just playing the bank here. You know what I mean? And, you know, it's not preferable. It's not what any of us want to do. But you know, it can also be legitimately not that hard. I'm gonna watch it.
coming in to watch the hit here, and he's got a bit of angle. I think she's just worried about a double hit on the tip of the cue.
See, from here, the way I see it, I don't think she can get out to the 8 just with a little bit of follow. I think it hits that 12, unfortunately, and stops it there.
I think, but you have to go for this. I mean, no matter what you play,
Is it a good hit though?
that's the question. Scooter's looking at it now.
Judging by the way it moved, I think it was a good hit.
Yeah, the cue ball came back, so yeah. Big thing of that is I like how this actually ended up. I mean, that good hit. Scooter saying good hit. I like how this ended up. I mean, granted, Isabel has a safety option here where she can go to the 15 and just stick that cue ball in behind the 10.
I think that's what she's going to do that.
Oh, she's
Or
going
not.
down.
Really.
She might be trying to drift up and break it out, kind of like get pushed behind the 8. But that's what she's trying to do. That's
Well, she's got a real first shot on the 15. But
You know,
But then what?
that's really easy to do. You know, she got a little high on the cue ball, and it was still rolling forward, and just it's like you almost have to. To me, you almost have to get into the draw part of the cue ball just so that thing
Yeah.
doesn't. You know, especially if you're trying to get it come off that rail like that and with any velocity, certainly can't be spinning forwards because it's just going to put the brakes on it, just like it
Yeah.
did right there.
it's, my favorite kind of awkward stop shot.
Yeah. Hey, it looks
Now-
cool if you mean it.
Oh yeah.
There's another ball down there. She looked like a.
Yeah, I think if you were to shoot that ball, you really got to hit it on the right side of the ball and let the cue ball push up towards the 8 and just try to push everything out. But it's a very offensive, risky shot.
I wonder if you can go rail first on this 15 and make the 1. Oh, 8 first.
No, that may
think
not
she would-
work out bad though. I mean,
Yeah.
she's got it tied up now, or Mandi has to contend with that now. I mean, she.
Andy, I think, is looking at pushing everything closer together. I think Isabel was actually trying to play that. Push that 8 into the pack, and Mandi either has to try to break it out and hope she has a shot, or has to counter with some sort of safety. She might be looking to draw into this.
I'm putting the cue ball on that left rail and trying to break it out.
I think you're right. I think it's just way more predictable, and this is
Use the rail to break it
might
out.
work real well. But it may not also.
No.
Tough.
Now, if all you're left with is just having your opponent's balls closer into
It's
that 8.
literally the only thing
Yeah,
you can do.
that's all you can do. I know players who just hand the ball over at this
There's
point.
absolutely zero future in
She
trying to
does.
hit this 8
Yeah.
ball.
I think she's gonna try to put. Yeah, she's gonna try to push that 15 up into the 8.
Kind of.
I mean, the advantage of doing that is Isabel can't force the 12 in to kind of make it a 3-ball combo, but she can use the 12 in the corner to break this out.
Now the one thing is, if Isabel puts that behind the 15, it does look like it's pretty. She's got to be careful.
Yeah.
If she's going to try to play it safe, you know what I mean? Like put it, try to stop it right on 15, shoot the 8 ball down.
Gotta break it out.
I like that shot.
Yeah.
But I think you got to be careful because it looks like that's wired. So you try to do that, hit a little firm.
That's
and
all
you go and
speed
make,
control,
and you make
yeah.
the 8 ball.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Well, if you hit directly into this 15 ball, 8 drifts down table a little bit. It's not. It drifts away from the rail.
That's the risk with that shot. You're trying to get so much of that 15 that it's going to drift out from the rail with the cue ball.
What do you do from here?
Do that back.
So what I see here is just nudging the 15 closer to that side pocket and trying to get the cue ball below the 8. Get the 15 to block the pocket. So you're checking to see if they're frozen. You're going to be doing a little bit of a hit watch here.
Wonder, can you hit a little bit, just nudge that 15 a little bit and bring the cue all the way back here?
No, that might
That's-
be. But
I
the question
can't really-
is with the tangent line here because it's not fully going to take a tangent line because they're so close together. Especially if you hit topspin.
Or how do you
Does it take? I have to ask you on that. So like drawing on the walls as a kid was like. But I'm kind of liking what that looks like because that's what I was thinking is that pushes the 15 closer to the corner, right?
As long as we keep that 15 in front of the corner, bring the 8 on the other side of the table.
The trouble is to get
From
that,
here, I can't really see if it's actually there. I have to be at the table, but
the trouble is to get that cue ball all the way down table, you have to hit it with a good speed, and that 15 might drift quite a bit.
I think I see it. But oh, there you go.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
That's not terrible. Now, Mandi does have the bank to come back, just into the side pocket, but that cue ball gets turned very loose. You're hitting it thin. And that's what she's calling. Now, depending on how you come off the rail with this, you might nudge into the 15. It's the only thing I'm afraid of. That
Yeah. Oh, nice shot.
Gorgeous shot there. That one deserves some fire on that.
There we go.
Right there.
That's the shot.
Good job
Brings your
with fire.
confidence back.
That was a good shot.
That was an excellent shot right there for Mandi to take that. Keep it in neck and neck. These are the kind of matches I really like when you're going back and forth. I mean, it's like, Mandi got up 4-2. Isabel came back to bring it 5-4, and now Mandi's kind of showing her that she's not out just yet. She's gonna keep fighting for this. That was an excellent shot by Mandi. That was something that you just kind of got to shoot it. You know what happened? Like I was talking about it glancing off the 15, which it did, and it came close to that corner off that, but you kind of it's an all or nothing shot. There wasn't much of a safety option because you would have just left, you'd been shooting that cue ball back up towards the top, leaving Isabel a bank shot, or bringing it down table and leaving Isabel just a cut into the corner.
Yeah.
It's like we're still going with the head ball break here. So. Yeah,
Someone tell them it's illegal to do second ball, unless they just really love head ball.
right.
Because most of these racks are chess matches anyways. So experiment with the second ball.
Now, but the big question is, I mean, is Mandi counting on that? Is she counting on a chess match, or is she hoping that she makes the ball? Because she didn't hit that very firm. She got a lot of good spread, but she didn't hit that with a lot of pace. It was a very soft break.
I think she's just doing what she's comfortable with.
Yeah.
I don't think she's putting too much thought into the break. It's just, I think it's true for most people.
Trying to open it up, and
I go back and forth all the time. Head ball, second ball. But
I try to find what the table's doing. Is the table breaking head ball? Is the table breaking second ball?
if I dry break head ball 3 times in a row, I'm starting to get frustrated enough.
I'm
Where
gonna
I'm like,
switch.
you know what? I'm just gonna switch. Let's not get frustrated with it. Let's just do something different.
There's something you can do. There's something to be said for that, but there's something you can do with breaks if you want to figure out what's going on. You start just going straight up into the head ball. For every try break you have, you just start moving closer to the rail with your cue ball, and then when you pass a certain point, then you're hitting second ball once you get to the rail.
No rail.
No rail. That's it's a bit of speed there, you know. That's one of those where you got to make sure something's getting to a rail. You got problems with stripes. You got a lot of problems.
What are you doing?
Shooting stripes here. Yeah. So what I'm doing here I'd actually shoot the 9, try to move it out, right but play safe. I'm using ball in hand to play safe. I don't like trying necessarily make a ball
Solve
here,
a problem and put
Yeah.
your opponent weird.
which Mandy's actually really good at. We've seen her do that several times over this match. She's actually, I would have looked to shoot the 9 the other way,
would
but
go
I
the
like
other way.
this. Because that's not an easy combo on the
I don't think she called it. That was a safe, right?
Yeah, that was that. Yep, she walked back to her chair. That was a safety. But
She could have.
it's a great
I
break.
mean, rolled the 9 up, comes off the rail, and you might even be able to get that cue behind that strike.
That's what I'm thinking. Now, what she left Isabel here is not an easy combo, but you know, Isabel's gonna take it, and it works
Right.
out for her. And I mean,
And everything else pocket.
all you really
Take the
are worried
2,
about is
come
getting
back
the
up to the 7. Depending on what angle you have, you take the 5 or the 6. Off
Yeah.
So,
Or if you roll it right, you can take the 5 in the side, take the 6, and then use
the
the
out is
7 to get the 8.
definitely there.
The out is very versatile. I think she's actually, yeah, she's gonna try to solve the 6 ball here, and she might use that to get the 7 to then get on the 2. Question is,
See, I
can she
don't-
control this
I'm-
event?
The reason I don't really like the 2 as the last ball is because you could get close behind the strike.
You can, and that's kind of the problem with where the 8 is. This, I would say, is your key ball right here.
You have to really focus on this ball.
I mean,
She's
she
actually
can-
slightly on the wrong side of the 7 ball, which is also another problem.
so, I mean, she might have to force this a little bit so she can get past the 11.
So speed on this shot is going to be crucial.
Yeah, you're gonna. I would honestly be worrying about actually touching the 8 here and just trying to move balls because if there's, I don't see a way that I could personally guarantee moving up and down the table to have a shape on the 8.
At the very least, just get that 2 in the pocket or near.
Yeah.
So don't do that. That's the last thing you want to do.
Well, I mean,
Now your opponent has full control of the table. Your last ball is a huge problem.
you only have a small, a tiny, not even a small, a tiny pie slice you can hit that 2 from, and now your opponent knows that. Your opponent can put you almost anywhere on
That's
the table, and all
the
you got is a
shot
kick.
I wish people would focus a little bit more on.
Yeah, I think the tough part of her shooting that 6 was controlling the speed. In all reality, getting from the 7 to the 2 was definitely big, but that control, being that close on the 6 with draw, you wanted to be on the other side, and she
That's
rolled
what-
back just a quarter inch too far.
I think I would have taken the 2 first in that run.
But then the question becomes, how do you get to the 8 with the 8 and 13, or with the 11 and 13 in the way? I think Mandy's going to use this opportunity to really eliminate some of her balls so she can like thin down. I mean, this is one of those times where I'm going to make quite a few of my balls. I mean, now that I control the table with where that 2 ball is,
She's got an angle on this strike to get a breakout if she really wants to do that.
that's tough going so quick into that 2 ball. I'd be kicking into a safe here. I mean, that 2 ball doesn't go anywhere. I'd be kicking into a safe. I wouldn't be touching this 13.
Absolutely.
Now, granted, if the 13 passes the 11, you actually have a chance of an out, but you have to control it a lot. That's what she's looking at now as well. You have to jack up, you have to control that cue ball, and you're probably going to get stuck drawing back, and you might get blocked by the 2.
I mean,
try
even
to
if you
make
give your opponent ball on hand, where does this 2 ball have a pocket? I can't quite tell. But
it only has
I
a
don't-
bank. That I see, it only has a bank into the side pocket.
yeah. So play your odds.
I think she's kicking into the 11.
Okay, yeah. Just don't hit that 13.
Yeah, there's no rail, right? There's no rail here, so now basically you've
And
given your
it's
opponent
not the end of the world. The bank is there, but again, let's play the percentages.
right? I would play the 2 to the rail. I'd basically play a stop shot and just put Mandy up against her 13 in that area, leave her pretty much
Oh,
nothing.
wait, does this 2 go on the side?
It might. Maybe seeing it.
So from here, it doesn't look like it, but she looks happy with it.
She looks pretty darn content. Although she might be having second guesses. Right, she's looking at pretty close. She's looking at it from both angles. I don't think like I'm not behind it, but I don't think that 2
Let's
passes
just
into the
put
side.
the 2 to the rail and
Yeah.
park behind the 13.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. Don't leave Mandy a good shot here. That's what she's looking to do now. It's your basic stop shot mentality. Play a simple soft stop shot. Get that 2 to the rail. I do want the 2 to bounce a little bit because I don't want it to be blocked by the 8 because my opponent is not likely to get me ball in
Well,
hand.
what about pushing to? She's going to that row. What about pushing the 2 to the other row? So it has a pocket. Can she do that and park the cube behind the 13?
That is a speed control question because you might drift a bit too far and give your opponent the
Right,
11.
but why put the 2 on this rail where it's a harder ball?
She might end up drawing back. Check a little bit on this. So like, that's what I'm talking about. There's that one rail bank. And now it's just hanging in the pocket. Mandi has to come up with something so that Isabel cannot see that. So that's kind of what I was thinking is you put it with the speed so it bounces out. Granted, I probably would have played it so it didn't bounce out as much. But I honestly don't mind this. Because it is going to be very difficult for me to get somewhere where Isabel cannot see that too.
My first thought is like trying to make this 13 the side and also making her solid. If that's an option here.
If you can make that 13 on the side, you just call that 13.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But
But I
call
think-
the 13, but also try and make that 2.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a
really
very
good
nice
shot.
shot.
That was a gorgeous safety. I mean, the only caveat being there's a kick to this, but excellent little safety deserves some fire.
That
there.
deserves a little bit of fire.
Little bit of
That's nice.
I like it. I like kicking this way. You could get stuck behind the 12 with no shot, but going into that 2
You
ball,
gotta hit enough.
Yeah. I think she put left spin. A little bit too much left spin. You hit that 2, there's not exactly much of a chance that cue ball goes. You have options,
I'm not sure if I would have taken that ball first, but it's
but
okay.
now all you can
It's
do is
okay.
play a stop shot. Just let that 13 walk into the pocket, right?
It's a
And
matter
then
of
your
taking
12 is the out.
comfort in either drawing or just following.
Yes.
She going to the rail? Okay. That's when you know someone is shooting with a lot of confidence, so not trying to hold the cue ball. Use the
Right.
rail to come back.
Great little out for Mandi to take the lead back. Yeah, I definitely think so. The player's ability to use the rail is huge, right? And
And not just that, but like knowing where that cue ball is going to the rail.
yeah, oh yeah. There's speed control there, knowing that you're not going to overrun it, knowing that you could get stuck further down. You could hit it too soft and get stuck near that rail. But ultimately, I really do like players' confidence when they can shoot that and just move up towards the 8. That shot comes up, I'd say, at least once a match. Whether it's moving to an X ball shape or anything like that,
Oh, of
you're going to
course.
see that it comes up minimum once a match. So, I think it was Travis Thorson who told me is don't be afraid to use your rails either. And there's times where I talk about going 1, 2, maybe 3 rails across the table, like I did with that, where she was almost frozen that 5 ball earlier. That's one of those shots. Don't be afraid to use your rails, right? So that's one of those shots where you definitely are hitting it with more than lag speed, I'd say. But the majority of those shots you can hit with lag speed. Just with how the cue ball goes. But still sticking with that head ball break. I think that's going to be the big thing here.
I mean, if it's working for her, she's winning
Yeah.
racks, then why switch?
I think the big thing is, oh, this is one of those moments where I think she might be able to see that yeah, it's like the 10. She might be able to see that 10 on the side, but I doubt it. But if not, she has the 14 going up table. Stripes are kind of the only option, but they might even be the preferable option. Shot that a little fast. That's why, that's the other thing as we talked about earlier, taking your time looking around at, your options off the break. Isabel was almost straight down on the shot. She didn't walk around the table, see if she could play a safe,
So if If you want stripes, are you taking this 9-ball first?
No. Well, actually, I might, because you can just stun it to the rail, and then you'll have to get left.
As long as you're confident in making that first ball, if you want stripes,
One.
can't really blame her for taking an easy ball and a stripes if that's what she really wants. But
Inevitably, if you're able to get back up for whether it's that 11 or 12, you'll be able to get back for that 9 in the side. She was definitely trying to clear that upper table out of the way. I mean, one of her advantages here is that 13-10 combo goes, and that 13 you're not going perfectly straight into it, but it's going to hold in that area, so you know of a ball that you can shoot or a combo you can shoot that still leaves you an option. Not anymore, at least. So the question is, do you shoot this 10 in the side and try to get something? Like maybe up to that 15.
I am. I'm still playing slightly aggressive here.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Maybe stuck on the rail, but at least you're not likely to be shooting, dug down on the rail. You're still level with you shooting.
Like,
Comfortable shot.
roll forward a little bit. Oh, it's the ball though.
Now that everything's up table, this is definitely we're going to see probably a couple safeties here, for sure. Definitely an attempt on a breakout, maybe hopefully a breakout that is a safety, so you can move everything out. Something that Mandi does play a lot.
So I'm not sure if I like hitting the 6-ball though.
I don't, yeah. I mean, Isabel likes these back cuts clearly enough that
Wow.
she can make them,
Okay.
but it leaves you the 4. But once you have the 4 and the 5 out of the way, you've got nothing. I mean, the rest of your balls are stuck. If she had hit that a little harder, maybe touch more right, she could have drifted up and had a little bit of a breakout. But now I'm playing safe.
That's kind of the ball where you're playing a little bit aggressive. Do the most with it.
It's near a pocket, So it's one that you have a lot of power for it to drift up the table.
You have a lot of position options when you have an easy ball like that. Do the most with it.
I like this, getting around near that 13. I mean, Mandi doesn't have a lot of easy balls here. Right? With wherever that cue ball is, she's going to be playing safe. She's not going to touch that 13. I like that. That's when she probably, again, wasn't counting on the double kiss, but it didn't hurt her. I mean, the 7 got pushed out and the 7 goes.
Give her 7,
But she still has to find a way to break out that 1 without moving. Oh, she called safe. She called safe on that shot. Oh, no, never mind. She missed.
What's up? What's going on? Still neck and neck here. What a match.
Yeah. Keeps going back and forth.
keeping us busy, Scooter.
Man,
Little side pocket shot there. I don't know if I like
15
shooting
ball.
those. Yeah.
Where's the cue ball going to go after that?
You can't really hold
There's
for
not
anything.
much you can do.
Yeah. Not to mention, you still have to like that
Unless you're
12.
playing just to do a safety or something. Just make the ball and plan for safety.
Yeah, she's just playing this 11 safe again, which she played much better this time. Isabel might be forced to shoot the 1 ball and move it out. The 12 still goes even if she doesn't, but I think she knows that, and she might glance off the 1 and try to make the 12 here.
But behind the 3 ball.
Just like that. I mean, Mandi's on the rail. She could make the 15, and they're
You
going
have to
out
look
here.
at it. I might have tried to put it behind.
I mean, again, you're shooting this in a way that the cue ball is going to have to come near the side pocket. Oh, she's banking it. I don't know if I like the bank more than cutting the 15 in, but
Nice shot.
that's good speed control right there. And now you just make the 11, right? You don't need any spin or anything like that on this 11, just some top just to get it going. But you do have to make the ball.
Oh no.
That's probably one of those.
Take your time.
Yeah.
Ah.
I think that's probably one of those classic moments of she was a little more worried about the shape than she was making the ball. I think we're all guilty.
She does it semi-quick because she doesn't want to get into her head about it.
Yeah.
I think that's what happens most of the time with people. Me, I'm usually taking my time a little bit more.
Yeah.
Walk around the table. The benefit of walking around the table, the value in that is people kind of overlook.
Well, you get to see a lot of your options, and if you don't walk around the table, you're only going to see it from one side. You're not necessarily going to think about something that you might not see.
Pick that spot. Look, go to that spot on the table. It's like that's where I want to be.
Yeah. I mean, this lead is definitely. Mandy has to make the 11. She make the 8. I bet she's going to be looking at this either way. To try to make it. There's not much of a I can nudge my opponent's ball to play safe. Like the big problem is that one ball follows the 11. So if you just leave it there, you're giving your opponent that. Right? That's one of those where you don't even hit the one ball straight in. I think Mandy's going to be hitting past the one on the left side here. We'll try to force it in, but I think it's too deep.
There. It's super risky.
I think it's too deep, right?
Yeah. I mean, from here, it looks like it's.
And they're asking Pat for a hit watch just to make sure, because as close together as that 1 and that 11 are, you can't. I mean, it'll be near obvious.
She's got to put a spin on it.
She has to drag it out too. It has to kind of drag forward. That's full visual. Pat doesn't even need to look at the video he took. I don't think it was there either. I think she should have found a way to kick at it, which I don't know if that was there with where the 8 and the 3 are at the time. But
so are you taking the 3 all the way up, following for the 2?
I would. I mean, as much as they say not to shoot shots like that, it solves all your problems.
You got ball in hand. Take your hard ball first.
Exactly. Now, what you can do here, where the benefit of this comes in, you just basically play a bit of a stop shot, and then you take the 1 and you go 2 rails
I'm
around.
I'm playing for the 1.
Oh, that was a bit of a.
5.
I think that was a bit of a speed shot. Yeah, you have to play this all or nothing. Oh, she might be cutting this. She's looking at the cut.
Go?
I think it goes. And if it doesn't, it hangs in the pocket.
She
Right.
likes it. That's fine.
Yeah. It's a bit of a two-way, right? She played it with great speed too. A lot of players would just, would probably play that lag. and a half,
She's looking at me.
Oh, she making faces at
Yeah.
you? Yeah. I go rail first on this.
Oh,
draw
you have
left.
to.
Yeah. Ooh.
She put that. She won't.
Well,
It was there,
I think the problem was she didn't go rail first, right? You want that to go rail first, so you're hitting it at a different angle to get it to drag into the gate.
I would have, but she got more angle on that than I thought she would. Just hitting the ball
This
first.
right here is a speed shot. I'm hitting the 1 straight into the 8, super soft. Get the cue ball stuck between the 1 and the rail, so she doesn't have the 1 rail.
I think you have to. Yeah.
Versus doing this, where it might break it out, but you might not have a shot on.
She's planning to. Oh, I don't like this shot.
Now, Mandi, I think,
Oh.
can play this super soft. She can play it off the 1. With ball in hand, it's playing it off the 1 all day long. But not
I don't
playing
even
hard.
know if you have to.
I would play it in such a way that
No, I mean look at the table here. I don't think you can just cut that in. I think.
Think so? Yeah, I mean, I guess you have the whole pocket there. You just have to play this soft. You have to play it slow, right?
I mean, you could also do what you're talking about.
I like
Put the cue
idea.
on the rail and then just play it off the one.
What sounds weird to a lot of people, I would, if anything, if I'm going to play it off the one, I'm going to load it up with a ton of left spin on the cue ball. Just kind of help that 8-ball drag into the pocket.
Yeah,
Oh, that one didn't even move.
There was no problem.
Yeah, there was. It's kind of hard
He's
to
on the
do.
hill.
Yeah. Oh, wait. They're looking at the video. Yep. Scooter was just showing the video to Isabel, make sure that, there's no question about that. But Mandi takes a simple little ball in hand, put herself on the hill. I think we're definitely going to see her stick with that head ball break. So we'll see if she adds a bit more power, leaves it the same. How does she play here?
Did you watch the match last night with Kayla and Summer?
No, I got here halfway through that match and was watching some of the league matches floating around, but I'm going
It
to
was
go
a good
back and
match.
watch it.
I came out here and watched. It was a good match.
Yeah, I mean, they're one of the best teams around, I'd say. Both well experienced players.
Krishna and Kevin came out with it, but they took out a strong team.
Yeah. It's like Mandi put a little more power into that one this time. I mean, it seems we got less movement. Everything's still kind of stuck at the top of the table. But, well, we might see a few inning changes here, but I don't necessarily think, as long as they're making balls, I don't necessarily think we're going to see a lot of switchover. We might see a safety or two or a miss here or there, but this might be a quicker wreck. So, I for sure prefer stripes here, which looks like what Isabel's going for.
Come on, Isabel.
I think the tough part there is same thing that we saw with that bridge shot earlier. She put a lot of left spin on that just so she could hit the cue ball and send it in that direction, rather than getting a little higher so she could go center ball.
Right.
She uses a wooden shaft cue, which has more deflection, and that's what probably throwing it out of the pocket is. She caused her to hit that ball a little more full.
Could be.
So, and that's something I tend to see a lot is people, they do that. They bridge over and they'll put left or right spin because that's all they've got, rather than trying to get higher, jacking up so they can get center ball.
Well, plus if you're jacking up on the ball, it's gonna deflect anyways.
Yeah. Even with
with
carbon
any
fiber.
cue, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's why your accuracy goes down. Like if the ball's like on the rail, and a lot of low ratings jack up on the ball, right? And they don't really have to, and they don't realize
Yeah.
it's going to deflect that ball, and you end up missing your ball because you jacked up on it. You hit directly center on the cue ball, so it deflects.
Well, and not to mention any left or right English is amplified when you're jacking up on the ball, right? Which includes the deflection, and that can throw it off. If you hit it firm, or even if you hit it soft, that left or right being increased is also going to act as masse.
Yeah. So
it's going to throw the ball out of the way. Depending on how much you have on there, even if it's on a small. I'd honestly push this 10 up on the 2 and just try to get the cue ball stuck against the 6-3 or 6-13.
This
Trying to get it
this
stuck
one,
in
I
there.
think we could see a very long chess match, given that Mandy's on the hill.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's going to tighten up a little bit because of it. We'll see.
Yeah, we have matches all night.
I don't think she wanted that double kiss. I would have hit that 10 towards the 2, right? Leave the cue ball in a weird spot where it's frozen up. I had to go for a breakout. I think if you're gonna keep trying to break out this 6-3, yeah, you're gonna take the 7 here. It's like she's going maybe stun, try to drag it back into that 6-3. Bangs the 7.
So many rattled balls.
Honestly, though, like in this case, especially with what she shot and where the table is, if I miss, that's the miss I want. Because I want that 7 in the pocket. That's, my pocket. That's my ball. I mean, granted, there's no stripes near it, but I can use that 7 to get to a lot of different spots on the table. Now all I got to worry about is breaking out that 6-3, even moving that 5 a little bit. I mean, not anymore, but hey, don't really have much anymore. This is that moment where I break out the 6-3. I play a safety to move that 6 ball out. Hopefully move the 3, get it into a much better position, play the long game here.
Taking a duck off the table.
What do you do from here, though? Right? You can use this to get out for the 5, but if you, granted, if you use that 5, depending on how straight you could see the 6-3, but she might actually have that. Push that 4 up into the pocket, right, and slow roll a 5 in. Yeah, 9 might be the way. Yeah,
9 might be a little bit in the way.
too far. This is one of those where I'm pretty sure if I can't see the 5 in the pocket, I'm playing safe.
You can hit the right side, tap this 5 ball, it comes off the right into the cluster. Maybe the 5.
She went to make it. She went to make it. She thought she could see it. If I am unsure enough to second guess it like that, I'm just gonna play the safe. If I'm not sure if I can pass a ball, I'm playing the safe all day long.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even have to play it hard. You could have just played it just a little soft and just pushed the cue ball onto the 15, let the cue ball just sit on the 15, right? I like this, You can walk it all the way down. You can let the cue ball move 1 or 2 rotations down to get you the 10, and then you can just move out for the 9 or the 13. Now, granted, it's all touchy shape shots. They're all going to be touchy shape shots here.
Nice shot.
Ooh, I didn't even see that.
13 pass.
I think it might. She's
She
not.
likes it.
She looks confident, right? I would walk it in,
So this is the shot we really have to focus on. It worked out. Go forward 1 or 2 rails for the 9.
That 8 ball has 6 pockets. I would just worry about making these 2 balls, right?
She's just opting to go for the longer shot. When probably was like she's, I mean, it's a makeable ball, but the 8 ball's likely going to be a hard ball.
She's got it.
Unless she gets hits really well.
Just like
Oh,
that. That right
really
there,
nice.
that shape. All she's got to do is walk it in. We'll get a little fire on that out there. We'll get a little fire on that out there.
Good job, Mandi.
We'll win for Mandi.
Boom! Congrats, Mandi. All right, guys, these guys will wrap it off. Wrap it up. Just press the end stream when you guys are done talking, and then we'll be back live here, guys, in about 15 more minutes.
That's
I like that match. That was definitely a lot of back and forth, a lot of good safeties.
Sure, why not?
So that was definitely a good match. Thanks for joining us for this match. We'll be back shortly with the next match here. So thanks everybody for watching, and see you in a
Fun
bit.
match.
It was, yeah.